What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Yesterday I finished Bowser's Inside Story. I know the game is like 10 years old, but I got it recently. And the game is amazing. I had so much fun playing it and I enjoyed it. One of the high points of the game were the bosses. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I know Fawful's minions made it top 10 Mario and Luigi bosses, but my video is different. As you can see in the title, I will rank every boss in Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. By the way, I will not include Kakarot because I don't count it as a boss, because Kakarot doesn't attack. He's only used for getting the first star cure. By the way, spoilers everywhere, if it wasn't obvious. Well, let's get into the list. Seriously, all the previous Mario and Luigi games has this as the first boss. The tutorial boss we saw in the previous two games made a return. The reason it is so low is because it isn't that interesting. They show how to jump and dodge. By the way, the next three bosses are literally just tutorials. After fighting Bowser, you fight a pork chop. The Midbus tutorial is much better because playing as Bowser is more fun. Also, Midbus is an awesome new character. This is also the first of many fights with Midbus. Broke min skvor. Broke min sigurd. Broke min... Okay, I give up. Another tutorial boss that shows you how to use a vacuum block and fighting with Mario and Luigi when Bowser swallows something. This fight is basically the last two entries combined. Other than having a name that is unspeakable, he is one of the best tutorial bosses. I forgot I was allergic to dogs. The last tutorial boss on the list is another Bowser fight. The reason I like this better than the other tutorial bosses is because it is more unique. Also, the blocking used in this fight makes it really fun. Ah, there's a bug in my room. Now we're into the real bosses. You fight Scutlick because he set up camp in Bowser's throat. When you're about to fight him, he eats Starlo for some reason. And he literally uses Starlo as an attack. After that, his only attack is just him using his tongue to eat you. It is one of the first bosses in the game, but it is really weak. In the guide with the name I can't spell fight, they show you how to use the vacuum block. In this fight, you need it. The first real Bowser boss is fun. To beat the boss, you have to swallow the statue head, use Mario and Luigi's hammers to get it out of Bowser's body, and then punch it. By the way, I think almost all the bosses are good, but some are better than others. Getting to fight a bug that lived in a carrot its whole life is kinda weird. You fight Dermite because Bowser's nerve is hurting, then you find Dermite and you fight her. These little white knights called Bifidus will support Dermite, so you will have to take them down. She will both charge at you and try to eat you. This little character gets more important when you progress through the game. I enjoyed the fight, and when you defeat her, she turns teeny tiny and runs away like a child. You take a Dermite and the baby, mix them together, what do you get? Wisdom Dermite is a shrunk down version of the last entry. At the end of the original Dermite fight, I told you she ran away like a child. Well, later in the story, you need her for one of the star cures, so you have to fight her. She tries to run away a lot, but at the end, she agrees to a deal. In the fight, she doesn't look like much of a threat, but when you start the fight, she throws up a meter that shows her growth. So that means that when you hit her, the meter goes up, and when the meter fills up, she turns bigger. and that makes her attacks more violent and stronger. She gains this heart crystal attack and this stupid star rod. Otherwise, this fight is fun. Items that like to hang around in Bowser's body. Alpha Kraken is technically just a Wiggler fight, but weaker. You have to change all his colors blue to make him fall apart. His attacks is that he charges up and shoots a laser beam, and his attacks as the child atoms is a laser beam, but they all team up. I like the fight where you have to fill out spots on the enemies to attack you. It is fun and I enjoy the fight. Speaking of the Wiggler fight. The Wiggler fight is better than the Atom guy because playing with Bowser is more unique and fun. Also, every single game has a Wiggler fight. Let's just get into it. The fight starts with a giant vegetable, so you have to eat the guys carrying it. He also likes to drag up vegetables and some enemies. Like I said in the Alpha Kraken fight, you must damage parts of the enemy to make it weak. You can either hit him with the giant veggie or just punch him. Otherwise, this is a good fight. Hey! How did Minecraft characters get into my game? After the Fawful Express giant battle, you need to find the code to the safe to find the second star cure. So Mario and Luigi need to go to Bowser's brain to find the code. The thing protecting the library sends out Mario and Luigi's memory to protect Bowser's brain. The reason I like this fight is because of the moves the clones use. The Mario memory either uses a star attack or turns giant to destroy bricks that you need to dodge. Remember that this is Bowser's memory in Mario and Luigi, so later in the fight, the Luigi memory will just run away. The Luigi clone's attack is him running away from a goo. There is a lot of clone fights in Mario games, but this is one of the best. Looking at how high this fight is getting ranked, I think you understand I really like this character. The second fight with Midbus is at the Fawful theater. In his attacks, he will try to throw a giant iron ball at you, jump on you with his belly, or walk into you with his belly. So you need to send him to the hospital after you punch him 10 times. The fight isn't that special, but it's just that I love the character. This fight is garbage. Literally. For some reason, Junker took me 7 tries to beat. Well, when you're about to enter Peach's castle, Midbus comes along and tries to activate a robot that can take you down. The scene before this fight is funny because when Midbus tries to activate the robot, it turns off. And when the robot turns on again, it begins to dance. Midbus gets angry, and for some reason, when he breaks the controller, the robot works. Now in the fight, Junker usually starts with summoning some small trash cans to help him. In his attacks, he either throws a can on your head and then throws a swamp you need to dodge. In the second attack, he throws a ball of garbage that you need to jump on. And then he throws a bigger ball of garbage that you also need to jump on. And when you're on the big one, he will go Super Sonic at you and try to damage you. The small trash cans will for the most part just run at you. But when you beat one of them, one of 2 enemies will come out of it, a noose or chain chomp. Junker will also try to duck up one of the bros and then throw him into one of the cans. As I said at the start of the section, it took me 7 tries to beat the fight. By the way, it's not because the fight is hard, it's just maybe because I was bad at the mighty meteor attack or that I didn't have the spin pipe or the falling star. Okay, I've been talking for too long. Let's continue. This fight may come as a surprise, but I love the reference. This fight is an optional fight, so not everyone has tried it. but it's really cool. The fight isn't that special, but it's the reference that matters. As some of you know, the shrubs are from the second Mario and Luigi game, Partners in Time. You can find these guys in Bowser's castle attic. You have to do a little puzzle before you can enter Bowser's freezer. In it, you can see some purple things in ice cubes that look very similar, but you don't care. And when you push a button, the hair dryers activate, so you must explain to Starl. When they're active again, you have to fight them. They only have 2 moves where they use the Shrew Blasters that they used in the previous game. It was fun, and I loved it. In all of the Mario and Luigi games, Bowser's Inside Story shows one of the most unique fighting types. To start the fights, you need to find your way down to the run command. The first giant battle in the game is one of the best. This fight is more of a tutorial, but it shows off the awesome giant battle mechanics. The castle will either run at you, try to kill you with Shy Guy airships, or summon spinies that you need to burn. As you can see in the next entries, I enjoy the giant battles. In this fight, you need to fight your own moves. The Bowser fight at Tolley Center is pure awesome. You must dodge Bowser's punches and his fire. The high point of this fight is when he uses his special attacks. He both uses the Goomstorm attack and the Shy Guy Squad. It is fun fighting your own moves, and this is one of the best fights. We're back to the giant battles. The Tower of Yik fight is more of a unique giant battle. The main gimmick of this fight is to launch the tower into the water. He will also throw giant alligator bombs at you, and then fly guys that also carry bombs, and you have to use your fire to survive. He will also send out moles that rebuild his head, so you need to be fast. Also in Dream Team, the battle with Earthquake has a similar mechanic where you have to knock him into the water to beat him. Now, a lot of this game is based around this Shadow Ball. Oh, no, not that one. This one, the Dark Star. Under Toad Town lies the Dark Star. Almost nobody wants to be near it. Then Fawful comes along and steals it to get his fury. After the last Midbus fight, the Dark Star goes into your belly. He tries to copy your DNA to make a body. You piss him off and then you fight him. The fight starts with him summoning some baby Dark Stars that will shoot out lasers. In his attacks, he will make 5 versions of himself and make a fog. So you have to hit all of them to don't get hit. He will also make dark versions of yourself and shoot lasers at the dark versions, so you have to jump to save them, so you don't take damage. When you start attacking him, you realize that he's invincible! So the thing you gotta do is kill the baby Dark Stars, so they will drop out bombs that you shoot at the Dark Star. Then he will cool down and lose his invincibility, so you can attack him. Now in his final attack, you have to spam like crazy to prevent him from killing you. And if you get caught, he will only take away 1/3 of your HP. I was expecting it to be an infinite KO, but no! Seems the Dark Star isn't powerful enough. Okay, well, the fight is pretty awesome. Now, the last giant battle. Super Princess Peach's Castle of Fury! After having a showdown with Fawful, he activates Super Princess Peach's Castle of Fury. Okay, the fight is like the Tower of Yik fight, but instead of knocking the enemy in water, you have to freaking punch the enemy into a black hole. So you have to be careful with the black holes. After each attack, the black hole will suck the closest character closer to the hole. In his attack, he will summon Fawful to protect him. He will also shield himself, so you have to punch him back into the hole. The castle will run at you again, but you have to roll in your shell. Fawful will also try to kill you, so you have to fire your fire to kill them. He will also launch missiles at you, so you need to punch them back. Also, when you launch the castle into a black hole, he will launch back at you, so you need to punch it. Sometimes when he launches at you, he will turn invisible, so you have to time your punches to hit it. Now, when his HP is low enough, the black holes become close to both characters. Now, at the end, both characters will get stuck, so you have to kill the castle before the black hole kills you. He will activate spikes for some seconds, so you need to time your shell jumps. The part alone was epic and gave me a good feeling when I beat him. Some people may think this is a bit hard, but I enjoyed it. The last giant battle on this list is ranked high because it is awesome. The Fawful Express battle starts with you going to the basement of Bowser's castle to find the second star cure. When you come down to the room, there's a train track in the middle of the basement. After Bowser gets angry, the Fawful Express runs over you. Then the fight begins. After you turn giant, the moles tell each other that if they manage to cross the rickety bridge, they win, because when Bowser walks over it, it will collapse. So you have to take them down before the train reaches the last bridge station. By the way, the train is lower than you, so only the fire will work. Also, the moles are smart. They will send out enemies when they stop. They will send out a freaking missile when you're distracted. They will also use the terrain to their advantage. Literally, they set camp in a giant mountain and makes eyes, legs and arms. Rain clouds will also come in as one of the attacks. You have to fire at the clouds because the grey ones will damage you and the wet ones will heal the target. He will also run at you, so you need to push him back. Against the hill, well, I would say the best attack is to use the fire. After killing the mountain, you come into the last tunnel, where you need to be fast and break it before the missile hits. Then, when you reach the last bridge station, you get some extra time to kill them. The train will send out jetpack moles, so you have to change to deal some extra damage. This fight was a trip, and I really enjoyed it. Now, the top 3. These fights represent what a good boss battle it is. It is fun, it shows how good you become over time, and the attacks. Now, the ball that takes number 3. It's fun, awesome, and of course, has Fawful in it. The Dark Star was taken by Fawful because he needed to drain power from it, and he did. In the battle, Fawful uses a jetpack, and when he loses some HP, the jetpack will heal him. So you must take down the jetpack first. Fawful will stretch his headset into the roof and try to run into you to attack. He will also make freaking black holes to teleport energy balls. He will also use his blaster to make stars that you need to dodge. Later in the fight, the vacuum helmet will leave Fawful for a turn, so you can swallow it. So Mario and Luigi have it. The helmet will either take your special attack boxes or your healing item boxes. The helmet will suck up one of the bros, so to release the one that got stuck, you have to jump on him. After his HP is low enough, the helmet will give back your boxes. The helmet will also send out energy balls that will try to kill you. When you kill the helmet, Fawful is vulnerable. Now, I love this fight. Don't get me wrong, this fight is awesome, but not better than the next 2. Now, the number 2 spot is very close to Dark Fawful, but I enjoyed this fight more. Earlier, I told we would come back to this character, so I present to you Blizzard Midbus. walking around in Peach's castle, you find Fawful and Midbus. After talking to each other, Fawful powers up Midbus to make it a bit of a hard fight. Some people might think this fight is hard, but it only took me 2 attempts. Blizzard Midbus has more HP than any boss in the game and has some special attacks. Midbus's HP will stay high because of some small snowballs. More on that later. Midbus will jump up in the roof and throw snowballs, and later he makes a giant freaking snowball where you must destroy the bomb to kill him. And later the bomb will turn invisible, so you have to guess where it is. By the way, do you like winter? I do. I love running around in the snow, gaming, and building snowmen. Well, Midbus destroyed my joy of winter when I found out Fawfuls existed. Almost each turn, Midbus will send out 4 Fawfuls, so you must swallow all of them. Also, I'm bad spamming the X button, so when I tried to swallow the Fawfuls, I only got 2 or 3. Also, the Fawfuls heal 60 HP each. So you have to kill all of them almost each turn, and that makes you distracted to damaging Midbus. I also think that this is the best ice-themed boss in Mario World. Midbus's last stand was awesome, I loved it, I had fun, and this is one of the most popular fights of this game. Now, the #1 spot is one of the most epic and awesome fights in gaming. Bowser's Inside Story is one of the most nostalgic games for some people. As I said, this fight is epic, awesome, fun, so let's get started. I think Dark Bowser is one of the best Mario bosses of all time. I wouldn't say it's the best Mario and Luigi boss, but it's in my top 3. Now, the final fight in Bowser's Inside Story was the easiest to choose. Like in every single Mario and Luigi game, the final fight says, "Oh, if you don't beat me, the world will be destroyed, ha ha!" Well, the Dark Bowser fight will not mess around. He has attacks almost the same as you, both punching, throw rocks, cage you in, and he even uses his own versions of your minion attacks. Earlier, the Dark Star tried to copy Bowser's DNA so he could take over the world. But when he comes out, he's only a soul, because Fawful drained power from the Dark Star. So you have to beat Dark Fawful, he turns into his bug form. When Fawful tried to escape the castle, the Dark Star swallows Fawful and turns into Dark Bowser and gains his power. Okay, back to the fight. Dark Bowser has 1000 HP, so it doesn't sound that bad, but every time you take him down, Fawful will heal him and make him bigger. So when you punch him when he's fat, Fawful will come out, so you must swallow him. But here's the best part of the fight. That's incredible. So scary, yet so awesome. Dark Star Core makes this fight amazing. Also, in the final is one of the most well-crafted pieces of all time. The song is so good. Well, the Dark Star Core will do an arrow attack and run after you. It will also pick you up and the Dark Star will blast you. So when you destroy his legs and eyes, he will fall into the ground. So you get the chance to kill him. The fight was fun and cool, so that's why it's my favorite fight in Bowser's Inside Story. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my list. I would like to hear your opinions. I enjoyed the game, and I had so much fun. Bye!